crown that knew its true queen. In a kingdom where crowns chose their rulers, a terrible mistake sat on the throne. On the morning of the coronation, bells rang, banners flew, and the people cheered, unaware they were celebrating the wrong princess, because the true heir was already forgotten. Princess Elara had vanished the night before her coronation, or so everyone believed. What no one knew was that Elara stood hidden among them, dressed in servant's gray, watching her own crown placed on another girl's head. And the crown did not agree. It trembled, just once, barely enough for anyone to notice, except Elara. Weeks earlier, Elara had been kind, thoughtful, and deeply loved by the people. But kindness makes enemies in quiet places. On her journey to the capital, her lady-in-waiting betrayed her, stealing her silks, her jewels, and her name. Elara was left with nothing but mud-stained hands and a truth no one would believe. When she reached the palace gates, guards laughed.
A servant claiming to be a princess?
They mocked, and so Elara was sent to work in the lower halls, scrubbing marble floors beneath the very throne meant for her. Each day, she watched the false princess, Lady Mirelle, sit where she did not belong. Mirelle wore Elara's gowns, spoke Elara's rehearsed words, and accepted Elara's future with a smile too sharp to trust. Yet something was wrong. Whenever Mirelle entered the throne room, the crown dulled. Its gold lost its glow. The jewels flickered like dying embers. Whispers spread.
The crown feels heavier.
Mirelle complained.
The throne is cold.
She muttered. At night, the crown hummed softly, as if restless. Elara noticed everything. She remembered the old legend her father once told her.
The crown is bound by truth. It bows only to the rightful ruler.
But legends, like forgotten princesses, are easy to ignore. One evening, during a royal banquet, Mirelle demanded to wear the crown before the court to prove her authority. As the crown touched her head, the room fell silent. The gold darkened, the jewels cracked with a sharp, echoing sound, and the crown slid, slowly, deliberately, off her head and clattered onto the stone floor. Gasps filled the hall. Mirelle turned pale.
Pick it up.
She snapped. No one moved. From the shadows, a servant stepped forward. Elara. Her hands trembled as she lifted the crown. The moment her fingers touched it, warmth spread through the room. The gold brightened. The jewels gleamed like sunrise. The crown pulsed. Elara raised her head.
I never stopped being your princess,
She said quietly.
You simply stopped listening.
The court erupted. Mirelle screamed accusations, but the crown rose from Elara's hands and settled gently upon her head, perfectly. The throne room flooded with light. The truth could no longer be denied. Mirelle was seized. The betrayal was revealed, and the people knelt, not because they were told to, but because the crown had already chosen. Later, as dawn painted the kingdom gold, Elara sat upon the throne she had lost and reclaimed. She did not rule with anger. She ruled with memory. And from that day on, the kingdom remembered a lesson written not in law, but in truth. A crown may shine for anyone, but it belongs to only one.